Hi, welcome to my match 4 gameplay, which is going to be Reno Priest versus Reno Shaman on my opponent's side. We're currently at 2-1. I think the matchup is pretty good for us here. Obviously, they have the lockout potential of like Reno Shudderwock, you know, like Barista Lichen, Grumble. Like they can set up locks, but they're pretty expensive, clunky, and slow. Whereas our deck is pretty effective at comboing. Our opponent does have Cold Light Oracle, so they could potentially set up some like Cold Light, Barista Lichen, Zola, Mills as outs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the games. Alright, jumping into game 3 here, Reno Priest versus Reno Shaman. I don't think we necessarily need all these cards, and Kazak is a pretty good card, but we really want to dig for our combo, but their deck includes Shudderwock and a lot of combo pieces that are all battle cries, so I felt that it was okay to keep Dirty Rat in this game. Let's see, okay. They don't have anything on turn 1, we don't have anything either. We already have a Spawn of Shadows, so that's looking pretty good. Our opponent is playing a Shudderwock combo, and they can basically set up like Lotheb blocks and things like that, and so we want to avoid that happening. We want to make sure that that does not happen. And how we do that is, well, we win first, before they can set that up. Alright, opponent goes into a Farsight here on turn 3. We just play Loot Hoarder on 2. Novice Engineer, nice. Draws a card. Attack into their taunt, play our Novice Engineer. Draw a Reno, which we're not looking for in this matchup, but you know, there's really few cards that we are looking for in this matchup. We're just trying to focus on drawing through our deck here. Our opponent, Hero Power's on 4, which we're totally okay with. Yeah, into a pass the turn, so they seem like they have a pretty clunky big hand. Healer Face, Mana Feeder Panthera. You're an Acolyte, nice. That's going to draw us a lot of cards. Opponent goes into a Devolve here, which stops our Loot Hoarder drawing a card, but it's probably fine. Okay, and we have the Shadow Reaper. So we have Shadow Reaper and we have Spawn. So we're not likely to, So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 cards in hand. I don't really want to just dump a Spirit Lash here. I don't know that we want to dump the Dirty Rat. The risk here is if they have Cold Light Seer, they could potentially mill us. Okay, they have Cold Light, so they just need to hit not Raza.
My hand is full.
Oh my god.
Well played.
Oh my god. We had 18 cards in our deck? And I milled our Raza? Okay. Yeah, okay, this is just like last game. We need to win without Raza the Chained. Cool, fun, difficult. Alright, well, our opponent like 1 and 18 balled us for Raza, because that was the only card in our deck that mattered. So that's cool. So basically you set up a big hand and Spawn of Shadows with like a palm reading to discount our spells to potentially have enough mana. We've already drawn Spawn, so we can't draw it off of Insight here.
What is illusion?
Yeah. We need to play something, so we're just going to go ahead and play out a Dirty Rat. I think it's the most fine play, and Lurker Below doesn't really stop them from any other combo potential late game, so doesn't really matter, but we're fine with it. Just kill their Cold Light Seer so they can't bounce it, and pass the turn. Cold Light Oracle? Yeah, okay. Wrong card name, it's definitely Cold Light Oracle. Devolving our Dirty Rat here, which is one of the best devolving targets in our deck. Turn to an 0-2, but, you know, it's likely fine. We really just need to find palm reading and set up really, really obnoxious kill with Spawn of Shadows. By obnoxious, I mean it's obnoxious to set up because you have to have a lot of cheap spells because Spawn costs 4 and then every hero power costs 2. And they're also Reno, so they can gain life, which kind of sucks. We don't really have a great play here. We might just be dumping the Reno, but we can also just dump the Spirit Lash. Yeah, let's just dump Spirit Lash here. We need to keep cards out of our hand. In a really awkward position. Maybe we're supposed to dump a Potion of Madness there. Potentially. Okay, let's see what they go in for here. We can definitely still win this game. Like I said, we're drawing towards palm reading to be able to play out enough things with our Spawn of the Shadows on our combo turn. We can also, like, if they don't have Reno, we can go spawn Reno and then respawn, potentially. Not spawn Reno on the same turn, but, you know, we can do some things. Playing out a Zephrys here, yeah, almost guarantees a Tyrion, right? That's pretty interesting, because I don't think that's a really great, like, line right here. Like, we just Shadow Reaper that down, and then obviously we get down our Shadow Reaper, which feels pretty good. Yeah, I think that was just a clean answer, right? We really wanted to answer that. There's a chance we could have, like, renewed and looked for a Shadow Word, but I think dumping this now is fine. Just kind of make our Northstrider Cleric a dead draw mostly, but it's hard to set up Northstrider Cleric, especially with no minions in play anyway. So still pretty okay. Alright, well, they're grumbling back 2 totems to their hand, but they're also grumbling back their Zephrys, which is really, really good. We're freezing our face. Again, we don't really care about that at all. Top deck Eater of Secrets. This is the downside of playing a card like this, is it's just totally dead in this matchup. We need a 3-mana Polkelt, which will set palm reading on top of our deck, so is that the line here? Yeah, I think that's the line. We don't really have a lot of other plays. We can't play out our Acolyte, you know. Raise it just adds cards to our hand, so yeah, I think that's pretty good. And that should set, well, no, it'll set, what, Psychic Scream, then Mass Hysteria. Then Raza, or no, Mass Hysteria, sorry. Psychic Scream, Mass Hysteria, then Kazakus, right? Because we already drew Eater and Spawn of Shadows, and then we'll draw Palm Reading, because we've already drawn Acolyte of Pain. And, or no, we haven't drawn Breath of the Infinite, so we could draw that technically. But we definitely have outs here. Our opponent can deal us a lot of damage. So if they choose to just go face here, we're going to be kind of forced to Reno if we don't draw an answer to the 7/7, which is kind of an awkward position that we don't really want to be in right now. Not taking their sweet time here, playing very deliberately. Okay, yeah, they're dumping their totem here into a Zephrys. Sure. Are they going to... Oh, they're giving their thing Wind Fury. Oh, jeez. Okay, so that's what? 14 plus 5 is 19, so they're going to put me at 6. That's actually great, right? So we can... Well, it's not great, but this allows us to... The Healing Ring for gain 5, sure. We know we're drawing Psychic Scream, so this allows us to Psychic Scream and not die to the weapon. And it shuffles in Zephrys into their deck, so they're not likely to find it, and they don't really have any other direct damage. So we'll go to 1, but then we get to Reno gain 27. The problem is now we can't double spawn them, but they're already down to 24, which is, I mean, it's a whole, like, that's already 6 damage, right? That's a whole, you know, 2 mana on our spawn combo turn, which really matters here. We already have 2 1-drops and Renew Potion of Madness that can be reduced to 0 off of Breath of the Infinite. So, feeling pretty okay. They're jamming the Barista. They must just really want to get their Barista in play, huh? That must be what it is. Ugh. Okay. And we draw the Mass Hysteria. Yeah, we just play Reno here every time. Just trying to get in this chip face damage. So currently we need to play 4 things with spawn, so yeah, we're 2 mana off, if those, assuming the other things are all 0. So we're close, but we're not quite close enough. If we can attack face with this Reno, we could potentially be there. Looks like, okay, they have an answer for it, they have a Hex, jeez. That would have been a really good win. Because with the coin and the spawn, we would have had enough to activate 3 times, right? 4, 5, 6... 7, 8. Yeah, well, yeah, we would have been able to activate 3 times because the coin is free and it gives us some mana. We might just dump the coin here. No, that's not correct. We also can't go in with spawn, can we? It's looking pretty dire. I mean, we can try and, like, wipe the board, but Barista Lieutenant being a 4/5, being the only big unit, is kind of likely to survive. Like, 3/0 power things are not great for a mass hysteria. So... But, I mean, we're gonna go ahead and rip it, I suppose. We could Kazakus for a 5-pop, but that wouldn't allow us to also hit their face. Okay, so we cleared everything but Barista Lichen, sure, yeah. You have 9 cards left in hand. The next card is either Breath of the Infinite or, what's the card? Palm Reading, yeah, the card that we're digging for. It's either Breath of the Infinite or Palm Reading. If it's Palm Reading, we could potentially win, not next turn, but the turn after. Because we still need to activate Spawn 3 times here, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so we're still... No, we could do it, yeah? No, it doesn't matter. Okay, does I have Reno? That really sucks. Especially because we Psychic Screamed our Polkelt into their deck, and they also have Polkelt, which means they drew one of them, which is not good for us. Going for a 1-drop here because it can become 0 with Palm Reading, which really matters. Just summoning a 2/2, and yeah, none of these really... we really wanted the Gain 4 armor there, which we didn't get, but that's fine. Now we go into Palm Reading. Definitely picking Psychic Scream because we can be used to wipe the board next turn. And then... Okay, we're in an awkward position here because... they can attack us for 8, putting us to 11, so that makes us really awkward. They're also at enough health that it really doesn't matter, so I think we just have to renew here looking for removal. We found Soul Mirror, but we can't do anything with that, so... just dumping out our Acolyte of Pain. Hopefully we can make our opponent attack this instead of attacking our face. So if we can... it's rough. We can only activate Spawn 3 times, which is only 18 damage. So we need to deal 12 somehow before we can kill our opponent. Right, am I crazy, right? Because you play it, deal 6, deal 6, deal 6. Yeah, 3 times. Yeah, 18. Okay. Phew. Yeah, okay, I was like, I've played this deck before. It's totally that much. Alright, they got Reno and Barista. So now that they just have that, that's pretty rough. That basically guarantees that we can't win this, because if they go low, they're just going to Reno again. And they can just go Reno Grumble. Yeah, they've already set up the loop, yeah. So they just kind of... I mean, our deck is pretty well equipped to deal over 30 damage if we have our combo, but our opponent burned our Raza way earlier. And so we're kind of just... we're having a really hard time dealing over 30, and they have basically infinite Renos here. We're likely going to have to... we could, like, Psychic Scream or Soul Mirror this. I don't know that it matters here. Our potential avenues are, we kind of need our opponent to slip up a little bit, but before that we need to try and survive. So we're likely going to go for a board wipe here. So they attack for 11. We know... well, no, they don't have Zephyrus in hand. So... yeah, probably just going to go for a Psychic Scream here. We couldn't draw a Acolyte of Pain because we already had 10 cards in hand, so if we drew, we just burned a card. And that's not worth it. We missed Hero Power on their face. That was actually a big mistake. They should be at 26 here. They just dump Grumble as a 7/7. Sure, that makes sense. I mean, it just dies to Soul Mirror, so... that's that. We hit Zephyrus. That's awesome. So we can either Soulmere their 7/7 or we can go Zephyrus. Hero power them Zephyrus for a removal spell. I'm not sure which one's better. The problem is our opponent has infinite Reno, so we can't deal them a bunch of damage and then try and Zephyrus them out. Because they'll just gain up, so this will likely gives like Big Game Hunter is what we're looking for here. Yeah, and that's the only removal spell, so we can't also Hero Power and Big Game Hunter in the same turn, but that's fine, I suppose.
I've got the beast in my shadows grow short.
And we're just gonna pass the turn. Putting some power in play here, so if we can get these to survive for a second, and then we can potentially deal some damage to them. But they have Lightning Storm, so yeah. So we're not going to do that. Yeah, if we could have potentially like Potion Madness the road to got in for some damage, we could have we would have been able to Potion Madness, we'd be able to deal them 7, they'd be at 19. I guess they'd be 1 damage short either way, right? Yeah. Right, because we can deal that 3 times, we can deal 18. Really close here. But yeah, we're just gonna wipe the board a little bit. That gives them a 1/1. We're kind of whatever. We need to have enough time to. I didn't even mention this, but we need to be above 12 so that we can actually spawn of shadows 3 times. So we need to make sure that we're at least 13. Probably should have just thrown that one face, but I figured just wiping the board and then I could attack in with this. They have infinite Reno, so why not gain 4? Just making sure they're as safe as possible because our opponent's pretty good. They likely know our outs here. Yeah, kind of rough. We do have a Shadow Word Madness for that. Or Shadow Word Death. Why is Shadow Word Madness? That's not Shadow Word Madness. And I'm just gonna dump out the Eater of Secrets here because again we're just trying to push that little bit of extra damage, and if we can get that little bit of extra damage in, then we can win with spawn of shadows and some 0 mana spells. So the magic number is 18. They low-thubbed us, which is fine. We really don't plan to be attacking them. And again, they Reno'd because why not? Are they going to okay, they don't have anything here. It's kind of awkward. Maybe just like penance here. Just deal damage, penance to kill the Loatheb. And then go face, or kill their O2 and go face. That's likely the play, right?
Darkness speaks to me.
Yeah, just go ahead and deal damage to that, and then rip a penance on it, or it's so close. Our outs to win this game are so slim. Just can't misstep at all. Can't make any mistakes here. Really low on cards. Unsure if I should draw. But yeah, just gonna go in for a penance. And then kill that, go face for 1. They attack us, we're technically at enough to be able to, we're at enough life to kill them with Spawn of Shadows, but we don't have them at a low enough damage life total. They have Wind Speaker, sure, so they deal 8 to us. Putting us to 9, dumping a Doomsayer, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, so killing with Spawn isn't realistic out here. Deal 3, put him to 26, go 4, 2, yeah. I'm at 18. That's close, but it's not close enough.
shadowy thoughts.
Can potentially get Reno here, which could actually really help us win the game. And we didn't. We got Pogo Hopper. Nice devolve. Jeez. Yeah. If we had devolved, if we hit Reno there, we likely would have... Well, we wouldn't guarantee won the game, but it would have been pretty good, huh?
Right away.
We put them back down to 20. Yeah, well, they didn't bounce the Reno there, so then they would have, yeah, that was the last Reno, right? Yeah, so if we would have hit a Reno there, we probably would have won the game, huh? It's close, but it's hard.
Almost out of cards.
We played to our outs, but I think we are just 0% to live here.
Are you afraid
Yep.
of the dark?
Alright. We'll steal a 2-2.
All fire one.
And we'll go face. So we kind of played to our outs this game. You know, we were really close, and we definitely had outs, so we kept playing for that really small percentage chance, which I felt was worth it in this tournament game. But, or I guess it's more of a league than tournament. But regardless, yeah, I played because we felt really close, like we had outs, or I know that we had outs, right? If we hit Reno in that last raise dead, we felt pretty good. If our opponent didn't deal us so much damage, we were very close this game. Obviously, like, if we were at a higher life total, we had enough damage to kill them. Alright, tied up at 2-2 here. As you saw, we lost this one. Pretty unfortunate, burning Raza when we had 18 cards in our deck. It was 1 out of 18 hit. It sucks, but it happens. It's Hearthstone, right? We played until the end. We played to our outs. We were really, really close, but just fell shy. Got a little bit unlucky. But that's that, right? That means that our next one is going to be Reno Priest versus Secret Mage, which is kind of hilarious because that's just like the best deck, two best decks in the format, right? Like, Secret Mage is a little bit better than Reno Priest right now, I think. We brought Eve of Secrets for that matchup, so we can definitely win with our tech choices, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. So I hope to see you in the next game. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like these videos and would like to see me do them for the following weeks.